This podcast is a member of the Place to Be Nation family. Visit us at placetobenation.com, the only place to be in your pop culture world.
We could kind of just, before we hit play, because I don't want to talk. I want to kind of talk about what's happening on screen as much as possible. I just want to know how your fandom started, like for you guys, because mine is a little different, probably from both of you. So Miranda, when did you start with Harry Potter? Did you read the books first, all that stuff?
I'm definitely an OG books fan first. I think it's really funny. So there used to be these magazines, and they may still have them. I don't know. I want to say it was like Nickelodeon magazine or something had an excerpt from like the very first book, and my brothers used to get this magazine, and I picked it up like waiting for, I don't know, $1 appointment or something insignificant. And I started reading it, and then I looked at my mom when she got back in the car and was like, I have money, take me to the bookstore. Because like I think it was like they put the excerpt in there because it was a brand new book. Like it was so book 1, maybe book 2 is out. I don't think it was. And it was like an instant a love affair basically with this world that Rowling had built essentially.
Scott, when did you start for you?
I'm going to go back to 4th grade. And no, 5th grade. Sorry, 5th grade.
I'm going to feel so old during this.
Oh, I'm old.
And we had like this class called like an extension class. Like I think it was just so we can get away from like the core teachers for a little bit. They needed to get away from us. And she started reading the first book to us. And I remember just like, oh my God, I can't get enough of this. And then like, she read like the second one to us, but like I'd already went to the library and rented the second one. So like I'd already read the second one while she was reading it, but like I was like just looking at her like this, like, oh, I can't get enough. And then like she read the third one in that, and then I remember she was like telling us rumors for the fourth one, how it was going to be called like it was not quite the Triwizard Tournament that it came with the Goblet of Fire, but it was going to be called something else. But then like a big leak happened, so some stuff got changed. Which I remember that, but I remember for Christmas that year, my mom got me all 3 books. And it was, still to this day, it's like my favorite present anyone's ever given me. It's like I just like curled up and read them. I have all 7 books in hardback. I do not like to let people borrow my Harry Potter books. I'm like, you can borrow whatever books you want, but like, these are my pride and joy right here. The 4th one, which is my favorite book, which you can actually see in the top right-hand corner, I bought like the little printout of it and have it up on my wall. But I read that book so much that like everything's falling apart on it, because I don't know if you guys remember, between the 4th and 5th books, that is when she had, I guess, writer's block, because it was like a 2.5 year delay between those books coming out. And I must have read that 4th book 30 times. But I thought it was like wrestling, where it was like something that like I just like kept the fandom to myself. I didn't realize how big it was until like the 5th one came out, and I see all this stuff on the news and sort of on the internet and everything with that. But like I just love the series. I would give my mom money to order them off of Amazon for me, the 4th, 5th, and 6th one. But then my grandmother, I'm sorry, I'm long-winded with this. It's just, I love it. But my grandmother worked at Sam's Club, and she would get one for my little brother, so he would have it like 4 hours before me, because I got my little brother into it. And he would read, and he's like, yo, do you know Dumbledore's middle name is Brian? I was like, Justin, you need to get away from me, because
I will
we're going to fight. Yeah, we're going to fight. And the 7th one came out. I went to the midnight release at a Kroger. Everyone else went to Barnes & Noble in Charlottesville, Virginia. I went to Kroger with like me and 15 other people, because I knew they were selling it at Kroger. So I was able to get it at midnight. Went to the midnight release for the last 3 movies. Wow. But I saw all the movies opening weekend. I'm pretty sure I have them all on DVD. I have the first 2 on VHS somewhere. I don't even have a VCR, but I have the first 2 on VHS floating around that survived like 5 or 6 moves.
Wow. I have the complete series Blu-ray collection. So for me, I was a little bit older, and I had no idea what the hell it was for a few years. The books came out. Maybe I had heard something, whatever. And I remember I was working at MTV in the city, New York City, for those of you from not around here. We call it the city, for those of us who are local. I was working in the city, and I remember there used to be one of the Warner Bros. Store moved locations. There was one, it was on Fifth Avenue, and then it moved over to Times Square, which was like, and it was like at a point where 7th and Broadway combined. So like it's really here, and you got these two major streets, and I think it was 42nd Street was the cross street. And I would walk past there though to get to the train, because I would change my route sometimes if I wasn't in a hurry. I didn't always have to walk up 45th Street to get to Grand Central. I'd walk up 42nd because there's more to look at, and you can see Bryant Park and all this other stuff. And I remember walking past it and seeing these displays in the windows, and I'm like, what the hell is a door? What sleeve slides? What is this stuff that's out? I have no idea what's happening here. And then I think I knew like one or two people had read the books, and the first movie was coming out. I'm like, this looks kind of cool. Like, I'll go see this. Yeah. So we go to see it, and I was just like hooked. I was like, oh wow, this is something. Wow. So I went immediately and bought, like, I think the first 3 books were out by then. So I bought the first 3 books. I read them all. At work, I got to work on J.K. Rowling's bio a few times, like cut it down and really watch it. So I know her whole story about that. So it's really cool. I'm actually nerding out quite a bit. I have my, I'm going to take it out. I have, even though he's not in this movie, my Sirius Black Wand that I got at the Wizarding World. See?
Awesome.
So it actually comes with a map inside of it of Diagon Alley. And then you also have Hogsmeade. Well, also because it shows you in Universal where you can go stand to do the things and then do your little wrist motion. So it's supposed to look like the Mirror's map, and it doesn't. But anyway, so I thought the Sirius Black one was the coolest one. Right, cool.
I have Luna's, and Caden has Voldemort's, but they're in storage in the U.S.
Yeah, they didn't.
You only have so many bags you can bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another one next time I go. But I just thought Sirius was just so it's kind of simple, actually. It's just got some markings on it, if you can see. So all right, cool. So that's enough of us nerding out without the movie playing. We're gonna start.
We could do that a lot. I
know we could be here all day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're gonna start the movie for those of you listening to this in pod form. So welcome everybody, Gina. Sorry I missed you. That you're here. Thank you for being here. Sorry, guys. I apologize. You have to watch the first 9 minutes of the movie again because of me. But there you go. So I'm going to do some magic of editing when this is a pod. So we're starting it off. Miranda and Scott, here we go.
Yay.
Yep.
Look at this. It's like you haven't seen it in forever.
Wait, why does this say Hulu?
Who cares?
I'm just.
I know he's messing. I've done enough pods with that hick over there that
probably the screen would have been black and we've been like, well, Andy has noped out today.
I'm like, I'm done. It was like my Cheerio, my Rice Krispies said, "Snap, crackle, F off."
I do have the bowl of snacks I was referring to the other night, Andy. I have a bowl of snacks.
Mm-hmm. So yes, I heard you say this is your. He was so good, Richard Harris. It was such a shame.
Yeah, Richard Harris is my Dumbledore. He passed the weekend the second movie came out. Was never a fan of Michael Gambon. When we get to the 4th one, I'll explain why.
Michael Gambon does fine, I think.
Like I said, when we get to the 4th one, I'll explain why.
I mean, Richard Harris did this because for his grandchildren.
Yeah.
They were big Harry Potter fans.
Because he said he didn't even really know what it was, but they were like, you have to. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Gina, that's what I was talking about. Like, yeah, it's so upsetting. And welcome, Mark. I see that you've joined.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Mark.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Mark got here just in time after my technical difficulties.
Sorry.
You're not really late, Mark. You're more of on time.
Wasn't my fault this time, Mark.
I was running an outdated version of the thing, so I didn't have my HBO Max credentials in, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. I always loved Maggie Smith too.
I mean, every time I see her in something, I just think it's McGonagall. Like everything, every time. Like every time I see all these characters, like I feel bad because it's like they're branded as Harry Potter, like the actors and stuff.
She is underrated. Good in Sister Act.
Everything. Oh
right?
yeah,
Maggie Smith.
Caden and I rewatched the Sister Act the other day. We did both of them.
I was always a Robbie Coltrane fan. There's a movie that he did with Eric Idle where they had to go. They were like criminals or gangsters, and they were on the run, so they had to go under. They had to hide out as nuns. It's called Nuns on the Run.
Yes,
but it's a very funny British film.
We should do that for Laugh in Theater if we can find it.
We're gonna go straight. You call this going straight?
Going straight.
What is a muggle?
But Andy, while you were gone, Miranda dropped a nice little theory that you can actually see. Miranda, do you want to drop that again?
I think I may have told him this before. Andy, do you remember my theory on the Dursleys?
No.
And Horcruxes, and that, and Gina added to it as well, but they were probably not great. So I read a theory, and my brain just went really far with it. And Gina, who's joining us in the chat, said she's also read it. So it's this whole theory that the Dursleys basically were probably not great people. And my example I gave earlier is they're probably the people that you're like, hold the door, and they just let it go and kind of smirk at you. But they weren't they were just not nice people, right? Mm-hmm. But with Harry being around, because the Horcruxes obviously would make things worse and exacerbate things. And so over time, they just become more evil and kind of sinister and just gross. And so, because if you remember in the book, it actually says they were just a normal family on a normal road in a normal little village. So I buy into the whole theory that they are a-holes, but I think they're just supposed to be normal a-holes, and then it gets significantly worse, being around him essentially.
Yeah,
he did kind of, but he didn't mean to, and he didn't want to, but he did. Yeah.
But they did decide to put him underneath the steps.
They did.
They have another spare room.
What is hysterical, though, is every house that we've looked at over here, there's always some, except for the one we're in right now, there's some storage, small storage closet or cutout area. And my son is always can I make that my Harry Potter room? You want a tiny, under the stairs room? It'd be so cool. I'm I don't
because and they're so begrudgingly taking care of him. He's basically their houseboy.
Yes.
Dudley's such a little shit too.
Actually, this is Gina. That's where I was coming to say it's their house elf. That might be one of the reasons why he's so nice. Besides Harry being a nice person, that's why he's nice to Dobby.
He sees himself, he feels like a kindred spirit in Dobby, probably.
Yeah. We have Richard Griffiths and Fiona Shaw. Richard Griffiths passed away a few years ago. Mm-hmm. I really only knew him from Naked Gun. I think Naked Gun 2. Fiona Shaw, she's in a lot of stuff. She played the British Prime Minister in Pixels. Mm-hmm. They look like the number 10 now when they walk down the street. Skinny in. It's a joke.
The Reptile House.
Love the Reptile House. It's the Bronx Zoo.
Do not beat on the glass, boys and girls.
Don't tap on the glass.
Clearly probably says, don't touch the glass.
I'm pretty sure it does.
It always says that.
Who I've been to even says it. I think goes back to what they always talk about, his mother's love, right? Is what saved him. He is right, Mark. He's pure of heart. he innately wants to be good, so he is good. It's like that choice. Like when we get to Voldemort, Voldemort made a choice to be bad. And I think it's like most stories, essentially what we have is the power of good versus evil through this whole thing.
There's the quote. I'm going to make sure that I say it correctly.
I love that.
The Burmese python. Thanks.
Scott, we learned while you were away, is not a fan of snakes.
Oh.
I hate snakes. I would skip when I go to the zoo. I skip the reptile.
Indiana Jones.
Yes.
No, I don't do this bad. I don't
mind snakes. I had a pet garter snake when I was a kid. I got it on Christmas and died on Easter, like Jesus. What?
That was good.
I came home. I was an altar boy. I came home from serving mass, and my cousin David's like, your snake is dead. And I think it I don't know. I think I got one of the guppies had gotten sick or something that I fed it or something. It was dead. Jake was dead.
Jake, you named him Jake?
Yeah, it was like 8 or 9. Jake the
snake.
I
can't see anything. Caden had a hamster named Steve.
He's very in my old house, my parents' old house in Crestwood, New York. In the backyard, there's a snake and about 8 chameleons buried in the backyard. And they all start with S, so they were slimy, slippery, scary. I don't know.
I love owls, though.
Mm-hmm.
Love them.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly they're little buttholes, like to try to train and everything for the movie. That's what I've heard.
Have you ever seen one's legs, like for real?
No.
Oh, look it up. They actually have really, like they look. It's creepy.
All right, I'm gonna check it out right now.
Mm-hmm. Harry actually got a letter. Again, like Miranda said, apologize to any Brits. We're going to probably be breaking into the...
Oh my God, those legs are creepy, Miranda.
I told you.
The hell is Dudley like in like a singing group in Main Street USA in Disneyland?
Boy uniform.
Yes, Miranda is correct. It's his uniform for when he goes to school.
Oh.
And
which,
from what I understand, some of those British private schools have, to this day, some pretty stupid uniforms.
The Alex, Paul, you looked it up. I told you guys.
And we see the descent of madness of Vernon here, where he's tearing up all the letters. He's
I think it's somewhat terror too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely...
He doesn't understand. It's something that he doesn't understand. He can't explain. He can't control. Like, you can't see... Like, you kind of can see magic, but you can't see it, if that makes sense.
Well, also, Petunia's sister was a witch. So she knew about she mentions about the letter in a little bit. So she probably told him, like, what this is. Look at this.
Well, yeah, once they see it, like, the bedroom under the stairs, like they know, like, oh, they're spying, because that's one of the quotes in the book, actually.
Yeah, how did they know, or something to that effect?
Yeah, because they actually, when they get the first one, they move him into the guest room, and because like Mr. H. Potter, smallest bedroom in the house or something. That's what's said.
Look at this. You look at Vernon. Look how looks like somebody's got it completely crackers. Like his hair, he's like got that crazy look on his face. He's like, "There's no post today, thank God."
Right.
That's a lot of owls.
Well, and then like all the owls and stuff, like they're only on their lawn, so it's like drawing attention to them. And like there's these things happening, like right here that he can't explain. So there is madness. You're right. Like there's madness. There's terror. There's that. How people might perceive them, like seeing all this.
Yeah, that's what they're always worried about, is how like how
it looks.
Other people, yeah. They don't want to seem that like they have a wizard. You always see this scene right here of like Harry jumping up and grabbing the
Yes.
Yeah,
the
Gina.
letter.
Iconic image.
Don't be suspicious.
They're under attack by letters.
I loved this though. You see?
He's going mad. So they just happen to have a lighthouse on an island in Britain, somewhere off the coast of Britain.
In the book, they explain this a little bit more because they go to a hotel first, and then from the hotel, they where they get like a mail, and then like he like drives around all day, and then he like runs into this guy, and the guy is like takes him on this little dinghy boat.
Yeah, it takes him on a boat, like out there.
And like
I've only read the books once, so it's been a very long time since I read the books.
Oh, and Andy, I've been going for
I just
walks,
read the books this morning, Andy, okay?
and when going on the walks, that's when I listen to the books, and I'm on the 4th book right now while doing walks.
I heard the audiobooks are tremendous.
I think the narration is fantastic. I've had a couple people been like, "Oh, I couldn't do it." I think narration is wonderful in the books.
Yeah. I will say the British version of the narration is 100 times better than the U.S. version, but the U.S. version was the only one I was able to get my hands on to download illegally from a buddy of mine.
So if you get them from Audible, it's Jim Dale.
Yeah, that's who I have, Jim Dale.
I
think he's great, but I have heard snippets of the British one, and it is, I don't know, maybe because it's all in British, it's a little bit better.
Just bends the shotgun.
I don't know, Gina, because when they send Harry Christmas gifts, they send him like a Kleenex one year and like a bobby pin the next year. So they're still pretty terrible people.
That's the one thing too about the books is trying to read Hagrid's dialogue. That took a little getting used to.
Oh yeah.
Well, this is kind of embarrassing. This plays into it. So I had a speech problem growing up. I couldn't say G's or J's. So when we saw Ginny for the first time, when it spelled a G in the book, I didn't realize it was said like with a J. So I was calling her a Guinea for like until the movies came out.
I don't think you're the only person that did that though. I remember like I didn't say Hermione's name correctly until I heard it said out loud, like on the film. I think there's several of the words that like just look different. I don't think you're like don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Rubius.
Well, that's also why they say in the 4th book when she's telling Victor how to say her name, that was J.K. Rowling telling everyone this is how you say her name,
right?
Instead of Hermione or
a thumping good one at that.
Actually, another theory. I think Hagrid actually is probably one of the most powerful wizards. Fight me.
I want to hear this.
Well, he's not supposed to do magic, right? They even broke his wand when they told him, like, you can't finish school, correct?
Yeah.
But he's doing what he's doing now with no wand.
Well, that's because his umbrella in the books.
Right, but
they put like
times
the
later where
broken
he
pieces
doesn't even
together.
use his umbrella.
Yeah. It could be because he's half giant as well.
Well, that's part of the theory that some people believe is that because he is half giant and he is so great, even though they prove later that he was not he actually didn't do anything wrong, they didn't reinstate him either. It's because the Ministry actually has a fear of how powerful he is. They're afraid that they would end up with another Voldemort on their hands, even though he innately is good of all good.
Yeah, and this is where we find out that Petunia knew that her sister was a wizard, said that she was a freak.
Yeah, and she's the first one to pronounce Potter that way. That Potter!
Potter.
Potter!
Yeah.
Blown up.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing, Gina. Like, it's just names we don't see very commonly in the United States, or you see somebody with that name and they do pronounce it phonetically. They don't pronounce it like.
That's why Seamus the wrestler, it's spelled phonetically because
Yeah.
Not the brightest lot, if you will.
Dudley over there eating the cake.
Oh, Dudley's a fat ass. He just loves it.
Crackpot.
Yeah. Don't be talking smack about Dumbledore.
I think this is the first moment Harry has had true happiness on his birthday.
I definitely agree with that. Dudley finally getting in trouble.
Yeah.
You guys ever watch this? Miranda, I don't know if you can over there, but whenever you watch this like on USA or E, they play like extended versions with extra scenes that we don't see in the theatrical or on the DVD.
I remember watching it once on something, and I was like, I don't
recall this.
Yeah.
So yeah, they do actually show extended editions. Part of it, I think, for being somebody who works in television, so you could air it in a 3-hour time slot and still have, because it's probably one of those movies that's like it's too short for a 3-hour, but it's way too long for a 2-hour time slot. So they add the other materials to it.
Other material, and then the commercials, and you fit the slot.
Yeah. We find out this in London. Yeah. I don't know. Nobody like just winces and sees this giant friggin' dude walking with a little kid.
Maybe the circus was in town.
It's London.
Could be.
Well, it's somewhere.
Yeah.
They're probably like, oh, the bloke's just in from the village.
Yeah, he's like, I'm on Hogwarts business.
And then everyone freaks out.
Yeah.
It's dead silent.
I love how it's like, welcome back. Like he's been, gone at war. He was just in the Muggle world for 11
Right.
years.
Potter, I presume.
Professor Quirrell. Yes.
Huh. I just caught something that I haven't thought of before.
He can't shake his hand.
Yeah, it would have burned him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, not to be one of those guys in the books, Voldemort didn't join with Quirrell until after Quirrell's mistake here of not being with Gringotts right here. Yeah, Gina, you're right. It was afterwards that Voldemort decided to attach to his head.
Well, you got to remember too, though. You only have so much you can adapt for.
No, Andy, I want every line from every book in these. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't care if it's 8 hours long.
My bladder can't handle that. I'd have to.
Yeah. Just give me a miniseries, okay? Like, it'll be fine.
Right?
HBO, Warner Brothers owns HBO. Just,
I don't know. At this
if
point,
it was
I don't
made
want
today,
redone.
it could be. It could be. One of those.
Yeah, Miranda, that's the problem I have as well. I don't want it redone either, but I fear in like 10 years it'll be redone because we just had the 20-year anniversary of this one, and I feel.
I don't think it'll be redone. I think they'll try to find different areas of the Wizarding World. I mean, like Fantastic Beasts, I think. What other... Hey, Kraken, welcome. What other...
I would like to see something take place in America, as we were talking before. I'm not sure. I know Paul was on. I would love to see something take place in America. Like, but here's the thing. Like, we've already faced like a big bad that was a world ender. We're kind of seeing that now with Grindelwald, but we also saw it with Voldemort. So, like, how do we make a big enemy, or maybe don't go the big? I'm not sure. I don't write for a living, so that's really not my problem. I'm just the consumer. So that's on them to come up with the story. But I would like to see
do side stories and see how they go. Definitely, television.
You could even do like a total like later, like just silly adventures that their kids get into. Like
now these animatronics down at Universal are insane. How good they are.
Yes.
As when you walk in the Gringotts.
I remember IGN.com in like 2007 or 2008, it might have been a little bit later. They did an April Fool's joke that they was going to make an horror TV show. They had like a whole fake trailer and everything, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, and people got excited.
People got really excited for that.
We have more people. I'm saying hello.
And this is Warwick Davis in one of his many roles.
Fantastic man.
They're like, hey, we need a little person. Warwick's still alive. Call him up.
I watched a thing the other day because they're going to do a Willow TV series.
Yes.
And I watched like a snippet thing where they have Warwick basically like interviewing the kids that are going to be in the series with him. They're super young. So he's like, do you know who I am? And just different things. And he's like, well, then get out of here then.
And this is Vern Troyer, a.k.a. Mini-Me. Late great.
Yeah.
Who is...
Key, please. Lights, please. God, he's tiny.
The amount of makeup those guys had to go through.
Christ, he's
for
tiny.
5 minutes of movie time.
The only thing worth doing is worth doing well.
Oh, for sure.
And I've seen people say that, like, oh, Harry's rich and everything. Well, I don't know if he might be rich for an 11-year-old.
Oh, I think he's fairly rich, but I think it's that could probably last. Yeah. Right? I'll take it too. Yeah. But because I don't know how much like one gold coin would be worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want all that money. My kid almost 16. I broke.
Well, I know that. This whole big ass vault. One little thing.
For one itty bitty thing. Nothing. It's the best bad investment I've ever made, Mark.
Twice for me. A wand.
I
don't think there is another place. What's funny is they always say ain't no place better, but we never hear of any other place to get a wand.
In the fourth one, we hear about how Victor has different wands and Floor, and how they went to all these different wand makers in Europe.
Oh well, so yeah, but that would okay. So like
I think Ollivander's just the one in London.
Their own.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I love how they remade Ollivander's at Universal, but let me just say, it is so crowded.
Well, they only let you win only a certain amount in, though, to do the show part. Yeah, my kids wanted to be picked so bad, and they didn't get picked.
I wanted to be picked so bad, and some little kid got picked. It was BS. I would have slipped the person $10, but
FTK.
Exactly.
I can tell you what FTK means. But it's blank them kids, so just remember that.
Yeah. Well, like I'm all for them kids, but at the same time, who paying for them kids?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The one thing I didn't get to try was pumpkin juice. I was there, but I had this really nice, refreshing, like lemony fizzy drink when we ate at. I can't remember if we ate at Three Broomsticks or Leaky Cauldron.
So, I'm gonna get some hate for this. I did not like the butterbeer.
What did you get? The
cold it was better there
than it
was in the bottle.
Cold, because it was. When did we go? April, March. Oh no, it was right. It was like around my birthday. So we went in March and they were like, oh, you got to get this one. And I was like, okay. So my son and I got one because I won't lie. Like one is like $6, right? So I got one and both of us were like.
I got the cold one. I wasn't able to finish it. Just, it's like too sweet. I'm like, my whole teeth
maybe
are going to fall out.
Maybe that's what it was.
Right,
But and somebody said, okay, go back and try the hot one. But I was like, I am dying right now. I'm not drinking something hot. So I did try the pumpkin juice thing, Andy. Some sort of like cold pumpkin drink. I liked it. But I like pumpkin and pumpkin spice stuff. So
yeah.
Basic.
She's basic.
I'm basic. I don't have Uggs though, so.
So I had the I think it was the tongue. No, I had Otter's fizzy orange juice. Actually, effervescent fresh orange beverage with notes of vanilla and cinnamon. The butterbeer, I've had the bottled butterbeer, and I think it's terrible. But
somebody bought me bottled for my birthday one year.
I had them. I had the butterbeer there. The butterbeer lines are just insane. But yeah, these are really good. I had the. What did I have? I tried the Scotch egg. I think.
Oh, Scotch eggs! I love Scotch eggs.
I think I had the mini pie combination. No, I actually had the beef lamb and Guinness stew. Actually, I think I had.
Oh, it was good.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember, Miranda, we were talking about how I watched C-Spot Run and watched that trailer 30 times this weekend. This line was in the trailer so many times. Like it just gets you so hype, and like it would shoot off to like the screen for the title screen, but it was
Mm-hmm. It's a perfect time for snacks, Gina. Mm-hmm. I have a snack bowl, actually.
John Hurt, the late great. Miranda, we might have to start keeping a tally like we do on the Muppet Pod.
Oh, we might. So on our Muppets podcast that Andy and I do, we're currently working through the very first season of the Muppet Show. And so I have this tally thing I do, and I ask Andy, like, because they have a special guest every time, and they're famous someone. And I have a tally that I keep. Did I know them? So that's one of the things. And the other tally I keep is, are they still with us? Because unfortunately, there's a lot.
I'm just going to assume they're all dead.
They're not actually. They're not.
Probably about 60% at least.
I think my book is. I thought my book was right here.
So we just had Harry get Hagrid as a present from Hagrid, and then Hagrid's give him like the skinny on.
Well, I think what some people forget, and we just saw at the very beginning, is that he's known him. Like, he's kept an eye on him. That comes up later in the books, and I think even in the movies, where like he's watched out for him this whole time. Like, he's in the background, kind of like just lurking. Yes, like a creeper, but he's known him this whole time. So like, he was crying when they left him with the Dursleys because he was a good friend of his parents. Like, so him buying him these gifts and talking to him like this, it's like an uncle, taking his nephew out.
Don't you think they would put a spell on like the house, like a protection spell or something?
Well, that's where we find out in the third one. That's where we find on the third one, Andy, that there was a spell.
Oh, there was. Yeah, that's right.
But we'll get to that in 2 months. But we also get a Sirius Black name drop in the first 5 minutes where he drops off with the motorbike. I know in the book he gets borrowed it from Sirius Black, and then name comes to roost. And that's a very important part. I mean, Andy has his wine. Like, everyone loves Sirius. They kind of abused him in the movies, if I'm being completely honest. Him just showing up as like a face in the log on the fourth one still infuriates me, but yeah.
And it's like
the boy who lived. This is quite the dump of information on an 11-year-old too.
Yeah. But I guess most wizard children were having a lot of information dumped on them because they would already be familiar with what happened, right? And then they're also sent off to school at a young age, clearly they've been prepped for this their whole life.
Yeah.
So not only is a lot to dump on a kid, but it's a lot to dump on a kid that, like, they're just being thrown into this for the first time. They have no knowledge of any of this, like the rest of the kids that he's about to meet have.
For 9 3/4. Did you guys watch that Harry Potter trivia show they had?
I didn't.
Yes.
I saw it pop up as an option when I remember being talked about, but
it's not easy.
It got me real mad because they just asked questions from the movies, not from the books. So I was getting getting mad watching the show and complaining to my wife and complaining to my little brother. It was like, these questions are stupid.
Apparently this guy actually works at was a King's Cross.
Oh, he's like a real
Every pack with muggles, of course.
Here comes the No Soul Brigade, aka the Weasleys.
Watch it.
I wish we got Julie Waters has been done so much outside of Harry Potter.
So we actually had a discussion about that at dinner the other evening. So funny that you bring up the No Soul Brigade. I was like, well, what about a person that because I was born full redhead, and then the summer I have red strawberry-ish blonde hair. It's trying to do it now already. And my husband's like, you don't count. You either have no soul or you do. I was like, he's like, you can't be a half ginger. And I was like, but I am a half ginger.
I mean, I talk all this trash. I have brown hair, but my facial hair is red.
Gingery there.
No gingers in this family. At least none that I know about.
Yes.
But Mrs. Weasley is low key probably one of my favorite characters that I don't think gets enough credit.
No, Molly does not get enough credit in this whole series.
She's kind of a bad. I mean.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. I mean, she has probably one of the most iconic lines in the whole series with the 7th book, 8th movie with "Not my daughter, you bitch."
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The Hogwarts
and she goes through a lot of loss through our process that we're going to make it through, and she just welcomes Harry with no questions asked. And she doesn't. Everybody else, if we notice, when he goes in, he's fawned over immediately, right? And she's like, "Nice to meet you, young man."
Kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't fawn over him because he's famous.
Right.
She fawns over him because he's a boy and it's his son's best friend.
Right, and because he doesn't have a mother, and she wants him to feel loved. It has nothing to do with oh my God, you're Harry Potter.
Ron just freaks out at meeting Harry Potter,
and you can see the dirt on him. And we learn later that they travel by flu powder.
I love this.
Harry's
like whatever.
Oh yeah, that.
Anything from the Charlie boys? What? I don't even want to know what that mess is right there.
It says what it is, and it's apparently stinks too.
Yeah,
which
it's like
I imagine Molly would actually be a good cook. So I don't know.
Yeah, because we see in other books where it says how great of a cook she is.
Yeah.
We even see it in the second movie.
But maybe he grabbed something cheap from King's Cross or something. One of those to-go grocery or drive-through sandwiches kind of things. At the gas station. That's what I'm trying to say. Those gas station sandwiches. Maybe she was like, "This is all we can afford." Get the stupid gas station muggle sandwich.
Too much sugar. Every flavor of beans. I've tried those. Oh.
I have two. I regret a lot.
Yes, the vomit is the worst by far.
Oh, the earwax, dude.
Earwax is tolerable compared to vomit.
I have I've played the Bean Boozled game, and then I've played the version with the actual Harry Potter ones.
I banned that. Dylan threw up too many times from having the wrong one. I said, "No, you can't play this anymore."
I got one that was so hot that, like, I couldn't taste anything for 3 days.
Oh God!
My mouth, I died.
We did it at work because we were like, adults when this came out. Some of us, so.
Oh, rotten milk! I didn't get that one. Oh, bless his heart.
Sardine one. I got the grass one once. Daisy. So we get the trios together for the first time.
Sorry.
He's like, who is this?
She's such a turd.
Yeah. He's like, what the hell is she doing? Oh boy.
His facial expressions. I think the casting of these kids was just spot on, wonderful.
Look at that. Pleasure.
What I love is that because she's not. Well, we don't want to use that term because that term is derogatory. But like,
she's Muggle-born.
She's Muggle-born. So like, what I think is funny is like a lot of people give Ron crap because he's a Weasley. Oh, like you're a Weasley, and she doesn't. She doesn't really care that he's Harry Potter. She doesn't, I guess, probably even understand what that means. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't care that he's a Weasley. She's like, whatever.
Get your robes on. We're about to be there.
Right.
It's like, come on.
Let's go, people. Yeah.
Train rides are
just imagine being like a first year, especially a Muggle-born first year.
Yeah.
They're all like, wait, you know who this is? I know, the first years are so tiny.
Well, they are. They'd be like, well, they're 11, 12?
Yeah, 11.
Yeah,
they're 11. I had this poster, because it was the poster for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. It was all of them going to Hogwarts here. That was the poster I had. And when the last poster came out, it's like where it all began, it ends or something. They said on the second poster. I had that in college, just hanging above my bedroom. I was like, hey,
sure, I'm sure you're scored with the chicks with that.
I just noticed that little girl.
I had my girlfriend, so I didn't care, Andy.
That little girl had a mullet.
So how many are in each year? Was it 20 and 20? Like 20 boys, 20 girls, right?
Well, there's been like some debate over that because it's clearly not that many, but J.K. Rowling said at the beginning it was like 150 in each class.
Like I think
obviously is not the case because
in each like individual class, like potions class had 150 kids, or like each year had 150 kids.
Each year.
Well, that would make sense. That would be about like right, like my.
But then the amount of people that we see, it's like not the case. Because Harry rooms with the same 6 people all 6 years he goes to school.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna Google it just to make sure.
Yeah, there looks to be about 40 of them there, or 50.
Do what?
Okay.
So
in the books, J.K. Rowling notes that there are 1,000 students at Hogwarts, which divided equally across the 7 years of secondary education equals about 143 students per year.
Yeah. And then you divide that by 4, and that's how many are in each house per year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Math is hard.
Meet this little turd here, Draco Malfoy.
So it's about 35 to 40 in each house per year. You must be a Weasley.
Damn, just coming in hot right there, Draco.
Yeah, Tom Felton, yeah, so good.
He had a brief part on CW's Flash. He left far too soon. I wish he'd stayed. He's just great.
When he got killed in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, I stood up and cheered. I was really unsure who I was supposed to be cheering for in that movie. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be the apes or the humans, because like I'm a human, but there are also some bad humans in that movie. But when he got killed, I like stood up and clapped. I was like, I've been waiting for this for 12 years to see him die on screen. It finally happens.
So I have had a person die on screen that I actually clapped for too, and it was.
Who was it?
It was Paris Hilton, and I think it was Bullet for My Valentine. Is that what she's in? I can't remember.
That was that Waxworks movie.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh,
that
she got gnarly. She got killed pretty gnarly. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why, but when she died, I was like, yeah!
This was $12.50 was worth it.
It wasn't $12.50 yet. I'm old, dude.
So the other person I cheered for was Julie Taylor when she got killed in Scream 4. She was Julie Taylor from Friday Night Lights. Amy Teagarden.
Oh,
she got
yeah.
killed at the very beginning. Mm-hmm. I was so happy. I was like, that's what you get for messing with Saracen. But I'm a big Friday Night Lights fan. That's a whole nother story.
So I actually kind of love...
I don't want to die a most horrible death. I'm trying to do my best Richard Harris impression for this part of the watch.
You gotta be breathy.
I'm trying. The sorting out. The sorting out. Difficult. Very difficult.
I do wish... Like, this is done very well, right? But I do wish the...
She's mental.
Giant explanation we get in the book was a little bit more of what...
I agree, Miranda.
Gryffindor!
Right? Extremely stressful.
All these people watching you.
Like it says at one point, you know in your head where you want to go, right? Like, you know. Like, this proves, right here proves it. Watch. Doesn't even touch his head. It doesn't have to. They do. They all look terrified.
They're great.
I don't think they wanted to touch him either.
Alan Rickman, Severus Snape.
Oh, he's so wonderful.
I'm probably going to catch so much hell.
Oh, boy.
For this.
Oh, what are you about to say? We about to fight?
We might fight, Miranda.
Another Weasley?
I don't like how everyone romanticizes Snape.
No.
Like, the always crap. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's like, no, you were in the friend zone. And slightly racist there with the mudblood stuff. Yeah. So,
I like the always for the...
Thank God he got Gryffindor. He would not have been able to go home.
For the whole series, essentially. Yes, he kind of was.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah, if you go back and they talk about the how he would just watch Lily.
Yeah, but then like, you know, he's just like, and he's also a terrible person. He's bullying 11 and 12-year-olds. Like, there's a point in, I think, the third or fourth book where Hermione gets hit with a spell and her teeth are growing, because in the description for the first book, it says that Hermione has, like, buck teeth for her front teeth, and they're growing like the size of a beaver. And he goes, there's nothing wrong with her. And she takes off running. And it's like, really? You're getting off on bullying 13 and 14-year-olds?
He's not,
how
he's
he
not
bullies
a bully.
Neville the whole time?
He's a private school teacher. Because, believe me, I went to Catholic school, and Naves was like that.
I agree with you. I think there is, he is kind of deep undercover, but I think he also still has some resentment. Because Harry is the product of his worst enemy and the woman he loved more than anything in this world and couldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, he's undercover, but he's still low-key kind of a weirdo.
Oh, he really is. And Madam Hooch, we just saw her. has the cushiest job in all of Hogwarts.
Right?
You want to talk about a tenured professor? She has one class a year where she teaches them to fly, and then just has to deal with Quidditch, where there's like a match a month. So I think she's just drinking with Professor Trelawney. They're getting wasted all the time together.
Oh, my Trelawney.
Madam Hooch does nothing. It's awesome. It's a tenured professor.
Yeah, but then she doesn't return because apparently the actress wanted too much money. Do you know who turned down the role of Snape?
Wait, who? Madam Hooch?
Yeah, the actress who plays Hooch.
Yeah, she wanted more. She would try to renegotiate her price, and she wanted way more. And they're like, "You're not that big of a character, no."
Wow.
But Tim Roth turned down the role of Severus Snape to do Planet of the Apes.
And
not even the good Planet of the Apes. The one in Mark Wahlberg Planet of the Apes.
Which Marky Mark turned down the role of Linus in Ocean's 11 to do that movie. So, there you go. I think Tim Roth would have been good, but he wouldn't have been as...
Alan Rickman good.
Yeah, he's not Alan Rickman.
Mm-hmm. We got the ghost here with the
Nearly Headless Nick.
Nearly Headless Nick, the Bloody Baron, the Fat Friar.
The Grey Lady.
Mm-hmm. Sir Nicholas, I know you. Ghost get a raw deal. that's
yeah, we don't even see Peeves.
Oh yeah.
That's a big get though to have John Cleese as a ghost. Nearly headless? How could you be nearly headless?
I do want to point out that they probably eat better than any school I've ever attended, and my college had a Chick-fil-A as one of our options.
Oh damn!
I would have gained 400 pounds.
I did gain weight. These staircases would just infuriate me because, as we all know, Miranda never on time.
I've been like, come on, how we don't have an elevator in this joint instead of all these staircases?
It's a castle. How many castles do you know have an elevator?
It's magic low, Andy.
Even if it's a dummy.
A John Waiter?
On. There are a lot of kids in this shot, yes.
Probably took them like 4 days because of the rules with kids.
Oh, yeah, a certain amount of hours.
So much that, like, when the iPhone came out with live photos, I was like, which I was already an iPhone person, I was like, I need a new phone. I gotta have my Harry Potter pictures.
Oswood. They also recast the fat lady, too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she's much older in this movie.
Because when we see her later, and she's terrified, she's much younger.
Well, perfect just with my voice. It's a pretty damn cool comedy.
I will say, I think the room here is pretty accurate to what I kind of had in my head. There's a little variation. Like I developed, I don't know if you guys have done this, but have you ever developed in your head, regardless of the detail that the author will go into, but you like instantly have this picture in your head of how something looks. I will say that's pretty close to what I had pictured in my head for the common room there of their.
Do we ever see? I know we see the Slytherin common room later on, but do we ever see Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff's common rooms?
In the book, you see the
First of
Ravenclaw
all,
one, but
watching
not in
the
movie.
books, okay? Let's like get that away. We're watching the movies.
I know, but we're going to compare them a lot. But I'm trying to remember. I think, yes, in the book it is brought up like a descriptor of.
Okay.
Because, like, they're going to become really good friends with someone who is not a Gryffindor.
Yeah.
So I think you get a description of what it's supposed to look like. But I don't remember if we ever actually physically see them on film, on set.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know why people get so mad when people are running late. It's like, listen, it's the first day of school. Like, cut me some slack.
Again, I would be late because I'd be on the staircase going up, and all of a sudden they'd do this, and I'd be like watching where I need to go, and I'd be like, oh!
Can you imagine McGonagall's face? And she's like, oh, that's bloody brilliant. She's like, thank you. It's a big castle. Lots of corridors. Hello, Professor Snape. He's one of those teachers, the teacher that is nothing, no frivolity in his class.
I didn't realize. Sorry, I was like all like.
Draco's like all happy because he knows him.
Oh, he thinks this is gonna be where he gets away with shit. Crap.
I mean, he does get away with a lot of stuff.
He's also the head of his house too.
Yeah, head of the house. They're Death Eaters together.
Which I think there's a lot to be said about Draco's arc overall. I think we talked about Harry earlier, like, why is he not bad? And I said, because he's innately good, right? I think there's actually something in Draco that, like, he's supposed to be bad. Like, he's being, like, it's being drilled in him to be bad. But there's a part of him that is still good. Like,
yeah, we see him breaking in the sixth one.
Yeah, and again.
You ever try to write with a quill?
It's impossible.
It's not easy.
I keep thinking about this.
Sorry, Andy. When I was growing up, we had pens and pencils.
Yeah, such a dick. It's not in school. Like, everybody ever, like, give you one and to try?
Yes.
Miranda, me and Andy have 2 other podcasts to record tonight, so we may be killing each other by the end of it.
If he's allowed on it, yeah.
And Seamus is trying to get drunk at 11-year-old at school, turn his water into rum.
Ooh. Yeah, Seamus ain't so good with the spells there. Uh-oh. Yeah.
I love mail too. Well, not so much anymore.
I loved it as a kid.
Yeah,
I loved it as a kid. Now it's like, I don't need this negativity in my life.
I ain't got no mail. I'd be like this, like, come on, you know one of these birds has got a crap on them here and there. Why is he getting the daily?
Well, that's why they say they don't use them. A remember ball.
A remember.
I don't think I would like these.
What, I forgotten?
Because I would be like that. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I'd be like, that. I still don't remember.
Most useless magical object ever.
Totally useless.
It's like tie a string around your finger so you don't forget something. It's like, why did I?
And then I'm like, listen, I leave the living room, immediately step in the hallway, and forget why I left the living room. Tying a string around my finger ain't gonna work.
I never noticed. I guess you have yellow contacts in.
I think so. Although she is an excellent actress. She's in a show, I think it only lasts, I don't remember how many seasons it lasted. It's a British show called Girlfriends. And it's wonderful.
Ron's kind of pleading with it. Hermione was like pissed. She gave like Harry like a stink eye. Like, you swear you did that in one shot?
Oh!
Shut up,
Well,
Harry.
yeah, she's supposed to be, like, you would think she's good at everything. Like, I'm sure in the Muggle world at that school, she's good at everything.
I don't know. She's not really doing the best instructions here. That is very true, Gina. She's not great at making friends.
Poor Neville. Neville gets a raw deal the first few movies. Looks. Oh!
I like how she's yelling at him to come back down, and he doesn't even know how he got up.
I would be like, bitch, I'd come down if I could.
Yeah, like, she doesn't even try to, like, do anything. She could have stopped him right there, but it's like, you know what?
Yeah, thank God his robe got caught there. Oof. That's like 10 feet. Come on, he's nothing. Wimp.
So you're still possibly breaking something.
Yeah, he broke his wrist.
Yeah, he breaks his wrist.
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
Right.
Even a bunch of 11-year-olds with flying brooms. Like, none of them are going to mess around.
It's like when your teacher leaves the class and is like, nobody better talk. Nobody talk. And immediately you wait until you can't hear her feet anymore going down the hallway. And everybody's talking.
Oh, boy.
I will say that's pretty smooth how he just like pops up on it like the most interesting man in the world. And
Yeah. I'm sure he's got,
Here we go.
I'm sure he's got experience, too. What? Idiot.
Harry, not as smooth as Draco.
It's very British. I will knock you off your broom.
Draco's dad has clearly been getting him lessons, right?
Whoa. It's pretty damn fast.
And McGonagall somehow always there to see it all. She sees it all.
Always in trouble.
And you're like, oh, shoot, he's busted. Yay! Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Harry's in trouble now.
I am temporarily muting myself because I must eat this Reese's Big Cup, and I don't think anybody wants to hear me eat this Reese's Big Cup.
Yeah, it's almost dinner time here.
And he thought, because she asked for wood, and he thought it was going to be like he's going to get beat with like a stick or something.
Come here. Oh, hello, wood.
Pick up the broomstick and beat him with it?
Yeah.
I was like, what the heck's a seeker?
See, I just wanted to be an extra that you see walking in the back here. Like that guy just walked past him. Just let me get that job. They do a good job of explaining the rules right here. Just, you know.
Well, when he gets together with Wood, it gives a little bit better.
Yeah. This is actually this scene gets a lot of hate because they added it and it wasn't part of it, where it shows that James Potter was a seeker. Like, because I don't think that was known yet that he had done that. Like they just added that just for the movie.
Well, and how would Hermione know? Is she studying the trophy cases?
And she wants to know everything. She's kind of immersed herself in this world. So she's literally learning everything she can about Hogwarts and all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was and he wasn't a seeker. He was a chaser. I just had to make sure I was correct.
Uh-oh, it's forbidden. Mrs. Norris?
Cat from hell. I like how when they're running, the fire kicks on wherever they're going. Alohomora.
Quite the useful spell.
I'm going to try that next time I forget my keys.
I love that. How do you know that Standard Book of Spells, Chapter 7? They're a week into school. She's already on Chapter 7.
Oh, you know she read that before she ever got on the train.
Oh, 100%.
She was probably standing in front of the mirror, and while all of us at 11-year-olds were going, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, she was like, hello, Mora, Oculus Reparo.
Oh, boy.
I will say there is a... they've been working on this Harry Potter video game for the past 3 or 4 years that's coming out this fall. Called Hogwarts Legacy.
Yep.
That I will be buying and getting. It takes place in like the 1800s.
Yeah,
so
I'm getting it too.
If you haven't played the Lego from Traveler's Tales,
yes, those are awesome.
of this game, it's actually super, super fun.
I have it. I started it briefly, but I think I'm probably going to do the Star Wars Lego one first. The one that just came out.
Makes sense.
Star Wars was like the very first one they did.
Well, they just came out with
really
the complete Skywalker saga.
Oh.
Lego Star Wars. So
Pirates also very good.
I like the DC and Marvel ones, especially the DC Villains one that came out a couple years last year.
I haven't finished it, but I like it a lot.
I love that line there. She's like, "You can get us killed or worse, expelled. She needs to sort out her priorities." And Wood is definitely Scottish because you can hear the difference in his accent.
Yeah.
You can. Because they say like when you hear like the way they say ease, you could definitely tell. Like a Brit might say earlier, he'll say earlier.
I was 16 when this movie came out, and I had such a crush on Oliver Wood. And he doesn't even have a big part, but I was obsessed with him.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, Miranda, we're not that too much. You were 16. I was 12 when this came out. So
sometimes it makes a big difference, though. Andy.
But you flip me off?
I was like, I'm not saying
doing like this.
I'm not saying how old I was when this came out. I was probably like 29.
Okay.
But you're aging very well, sir.
Bludger.
I have two looks. I go out in public and people think I'm my kid's sister, or they're like, ooh, we're not even going to ask how old she is.
When I shave, I look incredibly younger.
My husband's the same way.
I was off all week. I looked like 10 years older because I didn't shave.
I'm telling you, Andy, you can do it. You can do it.
I didn't shave, and it was all gray on the side, so I was looking old.
Jerry's is now getting all gray, too. I like it, though. I'm going to hide the snacks so I don't eat more.
The golden snitch.
Although what you can't see is there's a whole bunch more back there.
Oh,
yes.
Over by the
Is it from Easter?
No. So in the bucket here, my cousin mailed me all kinds of really cool different snacks for my birthday. I was telling Andy about them when we were recording the other night. Like, I've never seen this before. cinnamon bun Snickers.
What? That
Yeah.
sounds delicious.
Yeah, see? Always forget. Cinnamon bun Snickers. And no, we are not sponsored by any of these things, but we will take them if you want to send them. Fruity
Yes.
Pebbles birthday cake candy bar.
Oh, that sounds good.
I'm afraid that my teeth are going to fall out after one bite. And then there's just Fruity Pebbles.
That sounds really, yeah, that looks really good.
We got
Let's take
Cookie
someone's
Crunch
eye out.
M&Ms.
Ooh.
I've never had Cookie Crunch M&Ms. I don't know. And Fudge Brownie M&Ms.
Oh, that sounds really good.
And then what else we got?
Making me hungry.
Sorry. And then I don't know
fine.
what these are. There's a bunch of these. They're these little, like, Japanese, Korean, something puff balls. I don't know.
So
I
this
haven't braved them yet.
is also the original Professor Flitwick. It's always played by Warwick Davis. They just changed the design of the character.
Yeah.
He's so great, though. Like,
Or Seamus.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I swear, if they ever said you have to
Leviosa.
pair up, I'd be like, nope, I ain't going with Seamus.
oh, right. Or if,
I'm
like,
not going.
you're going to do a
Or
group
Neville?
project.
No, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Ron doing some bullying.
Ron.
Well, I think it's sadly because I think all kids at this age do slight bully because he's saying this because he thinks that she can't hear him. This doesn't make it any better, right?
Yeah.
I was so jealous of this the first time I saw it. I was like, I want a Halloween party like that. Look at that carrot cake. Oh my God.
In the dungeon.
I love carrot cake.
Uh,
Dutch
Yeah,
apple
talk
pie. Oh my God.
Talking about the freshman 15, I would have gained like the Hogwarts 1,000. Like,
Right? I would have been the next fat lady when that one disappeared.
well, I guess that's why they have all the stairs so you can walk it off as you're
Oh.
after you eat all that food.
Oh, dungeon. Yeah, dungeon. Oh, no.
Just
and
awesome.
they all just like freak out.
I love how Malfoy freaks out like he does because he's supposed to be like, he's like, I got this. And then he's the first one to jump up and scream.
And Dumbledore just yells silence, and they all just like, stop.
You know, I've rewatched these 1,000 times, right? But as we're rewatching it now and you're glancing from person to person, you realize just how long ago this was and just how young they were.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looks such like a baby.
Where's Snape off to? The trolls are really stupid.
Could you imagine being one of the extras, though, and you're like told just keep walking, like you don't matter. Just wear your Gryffindor with pride and keep on walking. I feel like,
I would love to do that. That's a dream job.
I know, but I'd also be devastated. I'd be like, but I want to do more.
Somebody I went to college with is an extra. He's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Jessica Jones, and he was in Aquafina's Nora from Queens. He's like in stuff all the time that shoots in New York.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've never. Well, I was an extra in a couple of music videos. Like I don't even think you can see me. But I used to do something called seat filling. For award shows.
Oh, that's
especially in Nashville. So it was when the Country Music Awards were still in Nashville. I used to be a seat filler, and you had very strict rules. You were supposed to wear like black, you were supposed to dress nicely, but they usually preferred you to wear like a black dress or a dark dress. And if the camera panned over you, especially if you were lucky enough to be one of the seat fillers that I got to be several times, where you're literally with the artists, right? They tell you if the camera comes over you, you don't look at it, but you kind of look like you're part of their group and you're like clapping and smiling for them, but you never look directly in the camera. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of rules to it, which, I mean, you get the goodie bag that they get. You get seated just like they do, but can't look at the camera.
Oh, wand off
Do
the
you
nose.
get food?
You get food.
Are you able to eat?
You get the food.
But it's English food. But it's English food.
I like how we've talked a lot. It is English food, but I don't know if you've ever had true English breakfast, but it will change your life.
Look, Ron actually did a spell right.
Flip and switch.
I love Ron's reaction here.
He's stunned. The troll's stunned. Everyone's stunned.
Cool. He's just like, cool. That is quite the ugly troll there.
Not supposed to be cute.
Troll bogeys.
Yeah, I feel bad kind of for the troll. Like, he didn't ask for this. Like,
what really happens to the troll, though? He gets knocked a little silly. That's it.
no, but he didn't ask to terrorize kids. He
was a pawn.
Right.
That's all he was.
Troll bogeys.
All COVID tests.
Thank God I haven't had one of those in a while.
I've only had one, thank God.
Do what?
I've had quite a few.
Oh, Andy knows my saga, but you might not, Scott. So when my husband and I got stuck apart, obviously when it all first started, and then I moved to Slovakia to join him, right? And they actually passed a rule where we had to go once a week and be tested, and we had this certificate. I sent Andy a picture. I don't know if you've ever seen like when kids go to like Home Depot or Lowe's and they compete in those like wooden craft days, and then they give them a certificate. It's literally what this thing looked like. And I had to carry it with me at all times to prove that I had been tested and that I was negativity. So for like the last year and a half, I have had one test a week, and I would alternate nostrils.
Yeah.
Each week. I'd be like, no, this one.
Wow.
No, this one.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I thought it was bad the first time that I had one. I was like, I can't shove this thing up my nose. And my wife did it. And we were in the CVS parking lot, like in the drive-thru when she did it. And I scream out, when she does it, WTF, what are you doing? And I was like, it feels like you're tickling my brain, and like a couple other curse words. And the lady's just laughing. And I feel like I feel like crap. Like we both were sick. We caught it. And like, I'm just like, you're tickling my brain. Stop. Like, and she has to do like both sides of it. But I've gotten pretty good at doing it. So I had to do it to be able to like go back into the office to drop stuff out.
Yeah, we have them here at the house now.
Yeah, same here.
Good luck today, Potter.
Harry always thinking it's Snape for good reason. He is shady. Let's just keep that in mind.
He is sus, right? But I think it's on purpose. In a lot of stories, they always give you someone that to like throw you off guard. I think Filch is good with that. I think he's a good throw you off guard person too. Like,
yeah.
Dumbledore just out here buying Harry a Nimbus 2000. It's like, where's the rest of the Gryffindor team?
Right?
You know, the Weasleys are rocking clean sweep sevens. So
let's open it. What do you think it is? It's not like something you could
I
hide.
don't know. Dead body.
getting orange juice all over the place.
It's not just Nimbus 2000. There's McGonagall. She's like, this house better damn win.
So there was a game for the PS2 called Quidditch World Cup that came out
Yeah, I had it for the Xbox.
early 2000s. Oh my god, you talking about a fun game? That game was awesome. And like you could play as like any of like the World Cup teams. You could also play as the house teams. I'm shocked they haven't re-released it. That's how fun the game was. Like you could win the World Cup, you could play as Crumb, but yeah, I loved it.
I think it's the accent. Maybe that's why I was in love with him at 16.
Yeah. Wow. Took a bludgeon to the
this
head.
This is the most they let him talk, Miranda. So they don't let him talk much in the second and third movies.
And then he graduates.
Yeah, and he's gone because he's supposed to be older.
Mm-hmm.
He's a solid 5th year right now.
Mm-hmm. There's the pitch.
She clearly has a favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Although I do love all the scarves. It's very Doctor Who of them, you know?
I just figured it was a British thing, to be completely honest.
Possibly.
Could be.
Scarves over here in general, we need them in this part of the world.
Well, I mean, get a lot of scarves up here, but they're very different. More for style up here.
Like MJF.
Yeah. Seriously. That's how people wear scarves up here.
Do what?
Do you think Madame Hooch wanted to be paid for the word in her next book, in her next movie?
Oh, I used to think that kid was super cute too.
Doesn't even have
the no name from the Slytherin team. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was 16, folks. If you can't figure out where my brain was.
You guys ever see The Internship with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn? Where they're trying to get jobs at Google, and they play they play Quidditch in that movie.
Oh yeah.
But they play like the kind where you're like with the broomstick between your legs and stuff, right? It's a pretty funny movie, actually. Hmm. This guy who plays Lee Jordan, who does he's part of the trivia show, yeah.
Yeah.
Miranda's like, ah.
I was.
Soon. Well, the keeper is probably one of the, probably the sexier position outside of Seeker.
What's that?
If you're a keeper. I mean, that becomes a whole big thing later on with Ron.
A chaser would be pretty cool, scoring the points.
Yeah.
Or maybe like being a beater too.
Mm-hmm. You just named like every position, by the way. Yeah, maybe a beater. I just want to be on the team.
Being a beater when I was reading and trying to understand Quidditch, it terrified me. Like I was like, oh my God, you could get seriously hurt. Who's letting kids play this?
Well, yeah, but when you could like heal stuff.
Yeah, but come on. Like I wasn't thinking about that at the time, like reading through it. I'm just thinking like
behind the back action there.
You know?
Yeah, Harry's playing no defense right now. He could at least knock them out of the way.
Like Harry knows what the hell's going on. They just told him to get this little like gold thing.
Well, we're to assume they've had practice before this, which I think doesn't Wood say to him just like in practice or something.
Yeah.
A minute ago, somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
That's two Gryffindors are down.
These kids are just getting beat and like no.
Well,
that's what's kind of cool about this game, though, is you have the potential to like
die,
decimate the whole time. All it takes is that snitch.
Yeah.
And it's done. Game over.
Oh.
It's like somebody got a voodoo doll.
I'm sure this looked great in 2001, but CGI is a little something.
It looks a little jerky now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there we see like the other thing with the perfect, it looks like Snape's being the bad guy, but we see Quirrell in the background as well.
Yeah.
And it's just the little things that she does right here.
Just red herrings after red herrings.
Yep. Come on, Hermione.
How much do you think them binoculars cost? Because last time I checked, they ain't cheap. What's so funny is essentially what she does helps either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight up lights the professor on fire. That's cool.
Yeah.
What I think is none of them questioned, like, where did this fire come from?
Yeah.
They've all been sitting there together. It's not like anybody was smoking a cigarette or... He's just on fire.
It's Hogwarts. Crazy things always happen.
I don't think I want to go to a school where just crazy stuff just happens and I'm supposed to accept it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Isn't that high school?
Yeah. Very much.
Any high school. But when they announced the movie, this was like the most scene I was looking forward to, was showing like the Quidditch scenes.
Yeah.
To see how they would look.
Harry's like a maverick.
I wish they would have done like, I don't know, like not a what if, but like maybe Harry would have, would have maybe went pro or something.
Yeah.
I will say there's actually, there's a lot of fanfic and stuff out there.
Yeah.
And she's never, like, usually she's not against it, but from my understanding, there's one that I found, and if I can, I'll try to find the name for next time. I found it randomly on NetGalley, and where you could, like, read it through NetGalley, actually. And they're kids now in school. So, my understanding is it's the first one that somebody was like, no, you really should just check out the first book. So she didn't really give them the green light, but she was like, oh, this is actually really well done. Thank you for doing it correctly. And it goes on for several books.
That's crazy. Like, yeah, like just to see like, if he had a quote unquote normal life instead of having to fight like, the Dark Lord at 17 years old.
The Dark Lord. Now we get the first of Hagrid's one line that he gives like 3 times, but he tells it differently every time. I shouldn't have told you that. Oh, I shouldn't have told you.
Right.
I should not have told. I love that he delivered it in so many different ways.
I shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that.
That sounds like a parent talking about someone in front of their kid that they're like, I shouldn't have said that. Because kids will repeat everything. Mama, isn't that the lady you said's got a really big nose?
And big ears? Because she just heard that.
They're going to stop meddling.
Isn't that the man that you said doesn't know his butt from a hole in the ground and could go somewhere?
Nicholas Flamel. I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
And we see Nicholas Flamel in the second Fantastic Beasts movie, nowhere to be seen in the third one. I'm thinking maybe J.K. should have just wrote those books instead of trying to be the screenwriter.
Yeah.
Because she's the screenwriter for those movies. So I think if maybe she tried to like write those books, it would have been better, to be completely honest.
It's a big tree.
Write the books and then and come out with them, and then let someone else write a screenplay based off the books.
And then you double your money. I mean,
there you go.
That's what
it's like a double stuffed Oreo.
Well, she's got more money than the friggin' queen, so
she lost her billionaire status.
Oh.
Because she donated a bunch of money. To what? I don't remember. It's been years ago now.
Well, that'll learn you.
I got some student loans. She can donate to me.
Right? I'm just saying.
Oh.
Wizard chess.
Wizard chess is so cool. I don't even know how to play
I
regular
don't even know how to
chess.
play regular chess. So
I don't. My son does, and he's constantly like, "Will you play chess with me? I'll teach you." And I'm like, "I'll play checkers with you."
They have a Wizard's Chess Lego set. I've been eyeing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you have any other Harry Potter Lego sets, Andy?
I actually don't. I think Jessica might have a couple. But I've been going with the Lego architecture sets actually. I just got the Tokyo one. I got to put that together, and I just ordered Dubai and San Francisco. There's Sydney, Chicago, and there's like one other that are older that are way too much money on Amazon. So I think I'm going to get those. Harry, wake up! It's Christmas.
Oh, Hedwig's just like, "Would you stop yelling?"
I'm
Yeah, I'm trying to sleep here.
trying to see for my
I
hour
was leaving the
legs.
kid alone. Like,
Happy Christmas.
"Happy Christmas."
Paul can't unsee Alex. It's something, Paul. Like yeah,
Yeah.
they're really freaky. They scare me.
First time Harry's ever gotten Christmas
Sorry.
presents. I'm purposely not Googling it, Miranda.
You have to. It's so funny. It is creepy, but it's so funny. If you weren't here at the beginning when we were having technical difficulties, I told everyone to go look up owl legs. You're welcome.
Yes, I think everyone should.
I know Paul did.
I know. Now I think they were saying like one of the things I was going to go throughout the books was Harry gets something, of use, I guess, that guides him, and this is the item in this one.
Mm-hmm.
His cloak. Let's see then. I know what that is.
Straight up
Ron and I
invisibility
could be
cloak.
kindred spirits. He seems to be very motivated by food.
Yeah, he's sitting
Well,
there
you gotta
7
remember,
o'clock in the morning.
hey-
He's chowing down on.
Well, he's from a big family, so it's hard to get your hands on fun. And his family does not have a lot of money, so this is like kid in a candy store, basically.
I love, as a true book lover, I love that the first thing he does with this cloak is break into the restricted section of the library.
He's like, I knew what I'm gonna do.
On the hot tip from Hermione.
There are some things through here that are left out like that. Sorry. Oh, I was yelling, didn't I? There are little things like that if you are a person that read the books, like we'll get into them later, where it's like he finds the answer to something, and it's because someone specific told him, but they never tell you that in the movie. It comes about in a different manner.
Ah!
Yep.
I don't think I want that either.
Yeah, that's not a book I want to read.
Well, I mean, I probably do want to read it, but I don't want to read it if it's going to scream at me like that the whole time.
Harry almost burns the whole
I know.
the whole library down.
Yeah, way to go, Harry. Filch. The squib.
My man never sleeps.
I feel like he doesn't.
He doesn't shower either. You see that greasy hair?
Only other thing I've seen this guy in, this actor, is The World's End.
He's in Game of Thrones.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched Game of Thrones. Sorry, I'm making my way through Deadwood right now. Maybe I'll do Game of Thrones after.
Wait, you've not done any Game of Thrones ever?
Nope. For shame.
Yeah.
Just stop after like season 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the Battle of the Bastards? Stop after that.
I don't know. I'm only 4 episodes in on Deadwood, so that could be a little bit.
We see Snape, threatening Quirrell right here. It doesn't make him look good that Snape is, supposedly a good guy. He's threatening Quirrell.
Mm-hmm. Well, we don't know how that's Snape at this point. We just know Snape's
Right.
in it. We just know that he's like Defense Against the Dark Art. Well, he potions. He's the Slytherin, house lead, whatever, head house.
And they keep like drilling it in you that everyone in Slytherin is
bad.
inherently bad.
A student out of bed. And Snape did sense something. He just couldn't, say it.
He just didn't know where to go.
A lot of people crap on this item here.
The Mirror of Erised?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the name.
It's Mirror of Desire.
Yeah.
Spelled backwards.
Yeah, people are like, oh, this is stupid.
I didn't catch it until someone told me because I'm an idiot. So there's that.
I didn't catch it initially either. And then when I don't remember how I found out, but then when I found out, I was like, oh, I thought it was clever, but.
Well, there's lots of Harry Potter haters out there. We know one quite well.
Yes,
there's also a lot of Twilight haters out there.
Are you a Twilight fan?
No,
Miranda?
I will never watch or read Twilight. So
I read all the books, and then the movies came out, and I was like, okay, not bad. What?
Are you reading like the re-release that she's doing?
I've read all of them.
Like even the newer ones that came out?
Mm-hmm.
he's like, wait, what's happening here?
I would just like to point out how much Ginny looks like his mom.
Yeah.
It's real creepy right there. I didn't realize that until you pointed it out.
His dad be cute, though. Where's Ginny when I need her? Ginny'd be like, yeah.
They really do her bad.
I would be doing this a lot if she was here.
No, I meant in the comments, like cheering me on, calling me pretty. Like, he's cute.
Yeah. Oedipus complex. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I couldn't remember how to pronounce it, Gina, to be completely honest. That's why I didn't say it. I was going to say it wrong.
My brother calls it the Ophidius complex, and I don't have the heart to correct him. He's 30-some years old, but I think it's funny, so I just let it go.
See, it was going to come out like that, so I was just like, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Look at that. Look at that. That boy, them there boy got that Oedipus complex. That's what happens when you got that there COVID. Cause that Oedipus.
I just looked up the guy that plays James Potter, and I take back the cute statement.
Oh, he's just cute dressed up as James?
Well, he was nice looking there, but this picture here, not working for me.
Uh-oh.
I mean, the Mirror of Desire sort of tells the truth because Harry sees his parents again, and he does see them again in the walk through in the Forbidden Forest in the 7th one.
Mm-hmm.
And Ron does, he doesn't become head boy because they drop out, but he becomes a prefect and he wins the Quidditch World Cup. So it sort of did tell what happened.
Fun fact for my Dancing with Stars fans, because we were talking about extras. Did anyone know that Mark Vallis, Julianne Hough, and Derek Hough are all actually uncredited extras in this movie?
I knew about the Huff.
What?
The Huffs were in it. I knew that.
Well, Vallis was one of their best friends. They kind of all did everything together all the time.
Are they American? How were they?
Yeah, but they only allow Brits to have speaking parts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I did not know that they were in this.
I think Robin Williams petitioned for it and got turned down or something. I think he literally called Christopher Columbus up. Was like, I want a part in this movie because I guess he loved the books. And he's like, no, they're only hiring British actors.
Which I kind of can respect. I think it takes place in Britain. All these kids are supposed to be British. Like, all the teachers are supposed to be British. I mean, now she had written in a teacher that she was like, oh, he was an American wizard, or, you know, a Scottish, you know, something else. It would make sense. Well, they're not. Okay, let me rephrase that. They're not all British. They're all from the UK, from the area. So you're going to have some, you know, the Brits and the Scots and Irish. But
and Dumbledore is doing a little intervention here. He's like, Harry, you gotta stop, buddy. You got it. It's not.
And let's see if he does it now.
Yeah, it makes you dwell and just wish for things that aren't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Andy's going to kill me, but in the book, Harry asks Dumbledore what he sees, and he sees he says him getting actual gifts of socks instead of books. That's what he normally gets. But then we know what it really is him seeing his full family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think anybody ever is going to be honest with what they see in there? Well, I mean, I think
just Harry's dumbass. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but he sees exactly what everybody would assume he would see. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You grew up without your parents. You're going to long for your parents.
I guess it's sort of like the love potion when they're brewing that in the sixth one, mm-hmm. where they're like, what do you smell? And Hermione starts talking about what she smells, but then she stops because she knows it'll give it away that it's Ron that she smells.
Yeah.
Because
again,
book.
Everyone would smell something different. Everybody's idea of what smells good is different.
A little light reading. Ron's like, this is light? Are you kidding me?
I so badly want a book like that.
Yes.
I'm shocked that a history of Hogwarts has never been released. Hogwarts: A History. My apologies. That would be awesome.
They should release
their school book, though. Yeah.
Well, I got Jessica. It was it's a stuffed animal, but it's the Monster Book of Monsters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that would be cool. Awesome.
She has one, but it's literally like a stuffed animal. Well, if you're not, as long as you're not old and decrepit, I'd sign up for that.
Oh, here's Hagrid. Can't keep his mouth shut. This is why they don't give him a wand to work all the time, Miranda. Because he's so powerful, but he's also dumb. That's 3 11-year-olds can hoodwinking.
See, he just doesn't believe it that Snape could be bad at all because he actually kind of knows the truth about Snape. But then he's still not Snape's friend either. That dog. Aw.
Fang.
He's so cute. I do love how they did this to make it really look that he was that much bigger than them. The whole oversized chairs, the angle, the dog who is a ginormous dog already for sure.
Right.
They did an excellent job with this.
Oh, I should have told you that.
And this is one thing that I wish was more in the movie was the Norbert scene because that was a pretty big plot point in the books.
But I will say, in my opinion, this set of movies is probably one of the most well done when you compare book to movie. Because a lot of times, and pretty much any time you have a book turned into a movie, you're going to have the people that read the book that was they forgot this, they didn't do this, they didn't do this, they didn't do this. And that's an argument that I have. If anybody would ever want to do the Twilight movies with me, I argue a lot about, well, in the book, it explains blah, blah, blah. So I think that's going to happen a lot, but I feel like this set of movies is probably one of the best as far as how it matches.
Oh, no, but
because you're right, Andy's right. It would be an 8-hour movie and probably even more as you got further into the series because we go from this to this as the book size. So. Oh, he's so cute. I know how I'm going to die, and it's going to be petting something that I shouldn't have. And I would be late to whatever I was going to because I petted said thing and died.
Weird.
Yeah, at least you know.
So Twilight's on Hulu.
Twilight's on Hulu.
I don't think we could. I don't know if we can here.
Andy's like, I'm still not watching them.
I'm still not watching. I was just looking it up.
All of them?
I just looked up the first one.
Oh, well, I assume probably all of them.
Yeah, I think so. She literally is everywhere. Just saying. She sees all. I love that smug look that he has.
That's a lot of points. It's just snug look on his face.
I have a lot of questions about how the points come out because we only ever hear excuse me.
The four of us, it's like
we only ever hear our main characters and some of the side characters that we're familiar with. We only ever hear them being awarded, and sometimes it's as low as 5 points. So I have lots of questions to this point system that I need Rowling to explain to me.
Yeah.
Well, we lost Scott.
Yeah, he was having some issues, so he'll be back in a second. They're walking out with Filch.
Well, I missed your comment, Gina. I'm sorry. I was rambling. I don't know when you said that.
The dark forest. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. My least favorite thing.
The dark forest?
Oh, I don't remember. Do we see spiders yet? Oh,
Forbidden Forest, Andy.
He called it the dark forest.
Yeah, he does. He calls it the dark.
They're wrong.
It kind of goes back and forth. Yes, it's the Forbidden Forest, but I think sometimes it's referred to as the Dark Forest.
So there. Yeah.
But it's dark and forbidden. Who cares? Not going in. I don't know. I'm probably.
I like Filch here. Stuff ticket.
Oh, being the oldest female, you'd be.
Yeah. What's about? Yeah, I mean, because.
His face.
Malfoy is breaking out the rules.
Yeah, he's pansy.
Yeah, that's part of a deep argument I have, Gina, when it comes to some of the Twilight haters and their comments and their whole yeah. Because you're still stuck in 16-year-old body, but you're the 600-year-old vampire.
Well, Sprite in the Eternals. She was stuck as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Claudia in Interview with the Vampire.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
I think it's a little messed up. They send these 11-year-olds for a suicide mission in the forest to find out what's killing unicorns.
Yeah.
It's really? Have them do lines or something.
Unicorn blood's pretty cool, actually. Looking. It's almost like mercury.
I won't lie. It kind of, to me, made sense as someone who loved unicorns growing up. I was like, okay, makes sense that that's what their blood would look like.
Mm-hmm.
The only other option would be pink and
nerds
sparkly.
Or something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it would be nerds.
This is probably
that's what the blood is. It's just nerds.
It's like a scared straight thing. Yep. That's what my dogs always were. My dog.
I love how Fang looks. He's like, yeah.
My pointer Abercrombie would hide behind me a lot. Big, this big oaf over here is sleeping. He's a big baby too.
Oh, that one in there is a big old baby. He's terrified of the 4-pound chihuahua that lives around the corner. He's an
The big dogs.
80-pound. He's an 80-pound German Shepherd Border Collie mix, and he's terrified. His sister's only a 9-pound terrier. Well, the vet calls her a terrier X, literally like X. She's only a 9-pound little thing, and he's terrified of the 4-pound Chihuahua that's around the corner. That's in a fence.
The big dogs want to be little, and the little dogs want to be big.
Well, my little dog is scared of nothing.
Oh,
like
no.
a big dog comes up to her and like barks at her like it's gonna eat her, and she just looks at it like, and you're gonna do something?
I'm like, what is that feeding on the unicorn right there?
Yeah, this is a pretty terrifying scene.
Yeah, Fang,
for sure.
The dog and Malfoy both like say, "Wow."
It can't even. It doesn't. It like kind of like slither crawls away.
Yeah.
It doesn't even like.
Well, because it's not like a whole body yet. That's why.
No, it's trying to.
Yeah.
Just survive right now.
Like project.
And Harry just fell down like a woman in a horror movie.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The centaurs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little bummed with these centaurs.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they're a little too big.
Yeah.
Like
proportions.
I agree 100%. I thought it would, instead of looking like it's like 12 feet tall or something, I thought it'd be like 5 or 6.
Well, I mean, the horse is at about the size of a horse. Just, I guess.
Right, but this is like a really large horse.
Well, the guy's normally big. That's what it is.
Well, it's like, so in the Chronicles of Narnia, I felt like Mr. Tumnus, for example, done very well, because that's what I thought proportionally it would be. Like
those books, that kind of scared me as a kid.
What did?
The first book when I was a kid.
The
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Magician's Nephew?
No, the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Well, so technically the Magician's Nephew.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But I'll give you that.
I have the complete, when I finished the Harry Potter books, I was looking for something to read, because I had read the Chronicles of Narnia as a kid, and I bought up the complete thing. It was like this. So it's like, I literally would walk down the street like this, because this book was so damn heavy.
Yes.
And it was a paperback.
That was actually, you said earlier, Scott, one of your favorite gifts was like the collection of the Harry Potter books. On mine is I was gifted the whole Narnia collection one year for Christmas. That's like, I still have them. My dog tried to eat one of them. She's no longer with me. I'm very angry. She's not no longer with me because she ate my book. She just died. But she tried to eat one of them, so like one of them is missing some parts. But I still have the whole collection.
Yeah.
Yes, Gina, agree. Like, you're kind of feel like from other stories and lore and stuff, centaurs are also supposed to be like intoxicatingly handsome, and that's just a little scary. They are. Like, in most lore, centaurs are supposed to like be attractive. He was kind of creepy.
And Harry's like, let's do it tonight. We just got out of detention, but we're going all in on stopping Voldemort.
Yep.
I just learned about him a month ago, but let's take him down. Boo, boo, boo. I am powerful. Haven't you heard these kids?
You can't be touched.
And one thing I liked with the costumes in the first 2 movies is like how they stayed like wearing like the wizard's uniform that is talked about so much in the books. Ron's dressing like how I would dress, with like the tie just right there.
Like the moment he gets out of school,
tucked in.
Yeah,
that's what we did. Catholic school, man. We were just like, let's get this shit off right. I mean, we had clip-ons in grammar school, and we had a uniform then.
Yeah, my husband had a uniform. He said he absolutely hated it.
In high school,
I always went to public school, so.
Me too, Miranda. I was a public school kid.
I was a public school kid. I'm pretty sure we probably had a Catholic school somewhere near us, but I grew up in Deep South Bible Belt.
Harry's putting 2 and 2 together about how Hagrid got pretty much got set up.
Got Norbert.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not taking anything from a stranger who keeps their hood up and I never see their face. Well,
But he kept buying Hagrid drinks, so, he was the belle of the ball that night.
well, I don't know. Wait, what is this stranger giving me?
Yes. And Andy, this is your part right here.
Well, it's the third time, yeah. There's a ghost.
McGonagall's just chilling with a random ghost.
Yeah,
right
I love that. The ghost just hanging out.
What? Oh, bugger off.
What I find amazing about Maggie Smith is in most roles, she hardly ever is wearing any visible makeup.
Mm-hmm.
She's just Maggie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's gotten frail the last few years. I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Like she doesn't. She won't cut. She will never get on a plane again. Like that's how. Like she won't come over from England ever again.
Mm-mm.
I saw a trailer for Downton Abbey, and she looks like super old.
Well, they had talked about her not even being in this one because they were thinking of going ahead and writing her out. But she was like, well, I'll still do it. And she's excellent. The snark level on her character in Downton Abbey is superb. Like, that's what I strive to be, is her. Like, for real.
Yeah, she's 87 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're up to something.
You do his voice very well. I cannot.
Thank you.
I can roam away like him real fast.
You have to.
I won't lie. I am one of those girls that I want a really fancy dress and I want to run through the hallways of a castle just once.
To do Snape,
Just so it's
you gotta pretend like you just had like some milk. That's like and then you have to kind of go a little lower, like this, and say things like Potter. There's a method to the madness to do voices, just so you know.
I know I can, but I am not doing things like this.
You sound like Kermit.
No.
Or Grooney. Or even Steve a little bit. I'll fight you.
Petrificus Tortalis.
Man, I wish that was a real
That would be terrifying to be given that spell.
Well,
Like,
essentially, it's like like sleep paralysis, right?
yeah.
Like that's the way I understand it. He's like sleep paralysis, and I don't know if any of you have ever dealt with sleep paralysis, but my husband and I were having a discussion about it the other night, and I was like, "Have you ever had it?" And he's like, "It's no big deal," and I was like, something is wrong with you because this is the most terrifying thing that I have ever experienced in my life.
I love Ron there. Yeah, it's scary. Brilliant, but scary.
I think it's at that moment Ron's like, I'm going to marry that girl one day.
Mm-hmm.
If it were this easy to get a child to sleep.
Just play some music.
A little bit of music. Mm-hmm. Snape's already been here. Who loved a harp?
Determined that
Somebody's got to lug a harp up there, man. That's not the easiest thing to do.
They just did Accio and drug it up there.
Yeah.
They didn't.
So that's a
Come on, Andy.
hell of an Accio. I don't know, is there a weight limit for Accios?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. There are some logistics of things that I need to know.
Yeah, like could I go like Accio 747?
Probably not.
Yeah, all right then.
My son has lots of questions about why don't wizards just use guns? We had a whole hour-long conversation the other day. He's like, the wand. He's like, so if I show up with a gun and they got their wand, he's like, I'm pretty sure I'm winning. It was a whole.
But they can just do a non-verbal thing and just throw it to the side.
Yeah, I had all kinds of But he had a lot of counter reasons why, and I was like, he's like, well, why don't they just use them? He's like, Voldemort could have done so much more damage. And I was like, I feel like there's like this unspoken rule. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Like unspoken?
No, they probably think a gun's uncivilized because the way they look down, some of them look down upon muggles.
That's what I also thought.
So it could be like, why would they want to use something that the muggles use for like killing?
Well, and like you're not actually supposed to kill another with your wand. That's a big thing. So I think killing in general. And then also this is set in Britain, and you're not allowed to just have guns like we do. So
Devil's Snare.
Oh, it would like Devil's Snare would keep me like the whole time.
I would be dead.
Right? Because I'm one of those people that like you go to get a massage and they're like, relax. And I'm like, I am.
They were like, relax. I'm like, as like this thing is like wrapping its.
Right.
Just relax. Harry looks like he's trying to take a crap.
Maybe he's like really hardcore thinking about relaxing.
He's not relaxing. Hermione's like, he's not relaxing.
I like how Hermione is dressed like a 40-year-old librarian from the 1980s.
Oh.
I feel like your Loomis spell wouldn't be that strong.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you think it's supposed to be just like to light your way? Or is it with the intensity that you say it?
But she said like something after the Loomis.
She did.
Like Loomis Solaire, so maybe it's like
Solar flare?
Power. Yeah.
Again, they're 11, and they keep stumbling across things, and they're like, what is that? I don't know.
Yeah, first.
We're going to take it on the bad guy, though. Pew, pew, pew!
So on there.
Let's also, like, I love, like, when you're watching a movie with someone, they're like, what's going on? I don't know. You've seen the same amount of movie as me, so I don't really know what to tell you.
Where'd they come from?
Yeah. She said to me, I'm like, I know. Are you not sitting here? Shut up. Watch the movie.
Yeah, that would have been my answer to Hermione. What is that? I don't know, Hermione. I just, like, some plant thing just tried to murder me. Right. So, one thing at a time here.
I know.
I'm sorry, but if I walk into a room and there is a broom just floating midair, I don't necessarily know I'm going to find it amazing. I may do the slow back out, like, as my son always says, I've seen that movie. No thanks.
Yeah. I'd just be like, oh, we're going to get on this. I guess I'm going to have to catch 1,000 keys because I won't be able to figure this out on my own. So.
Oh, yeah, the potion logics task. Yeah.
You're the youngest.
Yeah, that was a good scene because it's with logic, not with. You got to think about it.
Yeah, he's getting attacked by flying keys.
I failed at this part of the video game like 5 times.
Yeah, I had this. I think I had the second one for the PlayStation. I did not have this one.
That's a snitch.
That's good.
It's like gotta get the wounded zebra.
Hermione doing like the most athletic thing we'll see in the whole series.
Jumping up. There's one a little bit better. It's sort of athletic in movie 3.
When she punches him?
Ooh. Yeah, those are some tough ass keys.
And this is where Ron gets his moment in the sun.
Like, what is happening?
I wouldn't mind playing wizard chess, like for real.
Yeah.
Until you get hit because you go the wrong part of the board.
Somebody needs to invent, you know how like they have backyard bowling and like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody needs to make a backyard wizard's chess where everybody is like, you have to have a lot of people to play. See what I'm saying?
Well, they have like them at like Renaissance fairs and stuff like that, where they have the people, in the parks. They're just not like stabbing each other and shit. Wasn't gonna be that easy.
It's never that easy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can't see you saying that Hermione looks like she's dressed as a librarian, a 40-year-old librarian in the 1980s. That's all I see now.
Sorry.
I wouldn't take Ron serious right here with him trying to tell me what to do. I was like, Ron, we're going to do this on our own. Like, you'll sit this one out.
I don't know. Ron knows how to play wizard's chess, though. Better than any
He
of
has a
them.
lot of siblings,
Mhm.
and they don't have a lot of money, but like a chessboard is probably something that would like pass down.
And he's like, I'll be a knight.
He probably never gets to play like
I'm sure he
beside
gets
the
to
board he
play.
really
Always-
wants to.
He always has to, like, watch as the brothers do
Right.
it. Then
But he's probably learned from watching, Percy and Fred and George and Charlie.
God, I can't stand Percy at all.
He's a
We'll get to that later
Yeah.
on.
I have a
Ooh.
dislike relationship with Percy.
Stanky ass, stale ass, old air coming out of that thing. Yes, somebody. Ron talks like he's got a stuffed up nose half the time.
Maybe he does.
Yes, somebody.
I just love the big joke of him and Ed Sheeran getting confused all the time, to the point where Ed Sheeran and used him in one of his music videos.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's a music video where it's actually not Ed Sheeran starring in it. It's Ron.
Ooh, that is a messy chessboard right now. Who's going to clean that up?
Not it.
Just wipe it away with a wand. That would be awesome. It's like, oh, I got to clean my room.
Or does it
We're
like
done
just
here.
magically reset?
Maybe.
I do like, this is like Caden. He sits in the chair and he does sometimes when I come in the room, I feel like that's what this thing is doing. I've been expecting you. I like that face. Check the king.
No, Hermione is a smart, book smart little girl. She don't know how to play chess.
I've seen a lot of book smart people that don't have a lot of common sense, even when paying attention.
What, she
Okay,
don't
I
know how
have
to
common
play
sense
chess?
and I have book smarts, but I can't play chess.
In all these years, she don't know how to play chess.
She was playing checkers with the rest of the muggles, obviously.
I can play checkers.
Yeah.
Just when y'all were playing chess.
I can play
was playing
dominoes.
chess. I could play Othello. Reversey, whatever that's called.
You can do what?
Know that game Othello? Reversey is called or whatever in some places?
Othello?
I
The
don't know how to
Shakespeare
play
play?
No, the one where you have the black and white and you got to take the whole, change them all. Play Uno.
I can play some Uno.
I do love Uno.
Ron's crapping his pants because he knows what's going to happen. But he's still brave. Look at him. He's just like, ah.
I mean, I would hop off right
I
as
was
like
saying
the
nothing.
sword's
Yeah,
coming down.
nothing says you have to be on it, right? Like,
No, I think you do. Mhm. This is intense. Oh.
It's another like 5-foot fall per Andy. You won't break anything.
I mean, could still knock you out. I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
Well, it depends on how you hit, too.
Yeah.
Harry's already like little sweater's already torn.
And Ron, Ron just, explain why he's got to go, like Harry's got to go. It's not, we're not, Hermione and I are not the ones here. It's you, Harry. You got to go forward. That's why I'm saying.
I would laugh if Harry's trying to like carry that big sword as he's dragging it behind him to take out Snape.
We have to go on.
That cut on his hand actually looks pretty bad. Like, I don't know why.
This is when people started probably like shipping Hermione and Harry.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, who knew Harry, though, was going to grow up to be Oompa Loompa, basically. Doesn't grow much taller than that.
Damn, Andy.
That's okay, because in the end, we get Neville Longbottom.
I know, I heard a lot of ladies who thought Neville was going to be the hottie in the whole group?
Right?
Oh, it's a mirror.
This is one of my favorite things right here in the first book. Harry goes and it's like the end of the chapter is like he opens the door expecting Snape. It was Quirrell. That's how the chapter ends. And you're like, well, got to start the next one.
I was going to say, the confidence here, though, it's not Quirrell.
Yep, that's definitely Voldemort.
Halloween. Like all villains, he's monologuing.
They have to.
I know they have to. It's in the handbook.
It's like chapter 1, paragraph 1. Prepare a monologue now.
Mm-hmm. Wait till we watch The Great Muppet Keeper. Best villain monologue ever. Why are you doing this? Because I'm a villain, plain and simple.
Some of my favorite villain monologues are actually from Phineas and Ferb, Dubenschmertz's monologues.
Mm-hmm.
What's Phineas and Ferb?
I hope you're really. I hope you're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
It's like Ren and Stimpy / like it's for kids. It's
but it's not.
Have a kid yet.
It's really funny and creative.
It's not actually on the air anymore, but it's so still worth it.
Disney Plus.
It's fantastic. I encourage you to just watch episode 1.
Okay.
Check
it out.
They have a pet platypus who's really a secret agent.
Perry.
Oh, and Harry looks at the Mirror of Desire and gets the Sorcerer's Stone.
What do you see?
I feel like he's a good liar because he probably had to lie to the Dursleys a lot, right? Yeah. 11 years of having to lie to probably not have as crappy of a life.
Yep.
Probably pays off.
This was really creepy.
Yeah, I agree. And so it's creepy and it's not quite what I pictured either.
Of why he's wearing a turban. What the?
You see Voldemort's face in the back of his head.
I kind of pictured more of you know the old story, and it was a real story that was it Mandrake? Was that his name? The guy that essentially their whole thought process is that he was supposed to have been a twin, in real life, and so he had like the extra face back here, kind of tucked behind his hair. That's kind of what I thought what we were gonna get. You know, not this.
Yeah.
I thought it would be. I don't know. This is essentially like two heads got stuck together.
Yeah.
I thought it was more going to be like his face was just in the back of his head. Does that make sense to anybody?
Yeah, instead of having like a whole head himself.
Yeah, because it's literally like two heads, like half and a half, and then just.
Join me,
And maybe
Harry.
I thought of the whole Mandrake thing because I was obsessed with things like that as a child, those weird stories like that. But even part of his thing was people thought he was crazy because he kept swearing that like it talked to him. So I was like, what better example of Voldemort in the back of his head?
Voldemort saying he's going to bring Harry's parents back after he's the one that killed them.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
And they'll probably just kill them all again.
Yeah.
I can't bring anybody back from the dead. It's not a pretty picture. I don't like doing it. Sorry, it's from Aladdin.
Yes, that was so fun. Where I ate the other giant Reese's cup.
Yes.
There are a lot of story parallels.
Creepy Voldemort head.
Well, at least in this one, Harry doesn't try to make out with his sister. Like Luke and Leia.
Yeah. See, like, he touches Harry, it doesn't happen. But when Harry touches him, it happens.
Yeah, that...
It's like, I don't care what's going on with your hands and everything.
Harry's like, I'm just going to kill you.
So at 11, he's already a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, magic hands.
Mm-hmm.
Just turn to dust.
I know. Just
What a crazy ending.
oof. There's a big pile of dirt. Call the house elves, clean this crap up.
I'll probably just seal it off.
Mm-hmm.
Probably just seal all that off. Forget about it.
That's
Right? Not traumatizing at all. Like,
Nope.
nope, I'm just going to go up here and I'm going to drink some of this the butter beer and eat some of this food and I'm cool.
Oh boy. Oof, just passes right through him.
And he's gone. Harry may or may not be dead.
I know.
They got a cream to help get rid of scars now, Harry.
He wakes up in the hospital wing, just like Wood did when he played Quidditch. First.
A week later. Harry wakes up. It's like, oh, got all these presents.
Ooh, excuse me.
I know, I keep yawning. I'm so sorry.
No, I just, belched or something uncontrollably.
A yawn with a noise? I loved his facial expressions and stuff. It was a shame that...
Chocolate frogs.
My chocolate frogs melted because they went in my luggage that went under the... Because we had to take a tour bus thing, charter bus. And I got home and my chocolate frog was all melted. I was very disappointed. Like, it re-solidified, but it was just like...
Chocolate mess.
Yeah, and it did, like, it had lost the flavor. And, yeah, it was just a blob.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever seen chocolate that started to go bad, and so it has, like, that white kind of color to it? Yeah, that's what it looked like, and it just...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Harry asking all these questions. It's like, come on, Dumbledore's not going to give these answers until the 5th or 6th book, Harry. Don't even ask.
Right.
No. Dumbledore taking credit for Harry being able to summon the stone.
He's like, yeah, I just let you do all the stuff. Like, it's only going to get worse from here, Harry.
This will be a repetitive thing. Well, Dumbledore kind of takes credit for things.
If they didn't hide so much from him. Well, yeah, and if Woody had gone straight to the police, this would never have happened. I mean, it happens in everything.
Yeah.
Because of your mother.
That goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier with Gina and like why I think Harry never became like the Dursleys or like Voldemort and became bad is that explanation there. There's a mark that was left on him that makes him want to be good. We see little sparks of disobedience from him, obviously. Throughout. He's
when
quite
we
the
get
rule
emo
breaker.
Harry in the fifth one.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he's just a person trying to decide what's right and wrong.
Voldemort was hoping for a toffee flavored bean.
Alas, earwax.
Earwax.
He's got a sweet tooth too. You notice with his passwords and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He's got quite a bit of sweet tooth. Sherbet lemon.
Lemon drops.
You all right there? All right.
I killed a guy, Ron. Shit got crazy. Okay?
Never better. Oh, thank you for asking, Harry.
I'm actually not okay.
At the end of the year feast.
Hogwarts definitely needs like a guidance counselor real bad just to deal with Harry. Like, you know, they do like from A to H and then the H to the rest of the alphabet. They just need one for Harry Potter.
A counselor, a school psychologist. Like, they need a couple of things.
A math teacher. They don't take math.
No, but like maybe they're calculating things in potions class. You've got herbology and potions and stuff where numbers would come into play.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like, I want to just stop learning math at 11.
That would have saved a lot of problems. Harry's like, I saved the world. Somehow my
no
team
one
comes in
knows.
They're all like, oh, screw those guys.
Snape's
They suck.
clapping wonderfully.
Ron's
Ron's got a
Everyone
black
knows
eye. I
this
just
feeling,
realized
though.
that.
Like, Snape's like, the heck you said?
Last minute points. The fix is, well, he's Dumbledore. He can do what he wants.
It's like, I'm mom. I do what I want. Why do you have to do that?
memes.
Because I said so.
I love the memes of like, oh, Harry, you made it through the day? 10 points to Gryffindor.
Right?
I made a recap.
I feel like that's kind of like that moment in Doctor Who where they're going,
Well, they're also getting back all the points they like had for going to Hagrid's hut and shit.
they're just getting back what they lost.
60 points. We're tied with Slytherin. I really love this little, I don't know if it's a swerve, but how, like, what puts them over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Like how the Neville's like, wait, what?
I got them points.
Wait, what?
He's like,
It's like that puts him over the top. Crab disappears in the movies later on.
Yes.
The actor got himself into some trouble.
Everyone hates Slytherin so much that all three of the other, like, that Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff go crazy, too.
Hagrid's like, yes. Oh, no, he can't.
What's funny is, though, like, I know everybody hates Slytherin, but technically, oh, yeah, I'd be mad, too. Because I'd be like, look, I'm supposed to be bad, but I earned all these points on my own. Like, and everyone just saw why I'm a Slytherclaw. At the end of the day,
You're about to be a whole lot more angry.
I'd be so pissed, yeah.
Seats taken.
He's like, come on, get out of here. I like to like be able to like just sit back and just relax without you three up my ass.
I'm always kind of devastated, though, in these first couple of books when he's made to go back to the Dursleys. Mm-hmm. Like, there's an explanation for it somewhere, and it may have just been like in Reddit and stuff.
It's a protection spell.
Yeah.
No, it's the protection. Like, they say, like, as long as Harry still calls it home, Voldemort can't find him. Mm-hmm. So once he turns 17, it's gone.
Right.
So, like, that's why they do the 7 Potter thing in the 7th one, because they're waiting for Harry to turn 17, and once he does, they can go to the house. That's why they get the Dursleys out as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know shit about my work, Miranda, but I can tell you random stuff about Harry Potter off the top of my head.
Spoiler alert, Scott's a huge Harry Potter fan.
Yes, I was, yes.
Oh, yeah, because what we don't see in the movie, again, Andy's going to be like, stop comparing it to the books, but one of my favorite things is that he gave him the pigtail, right? And what they don't tell you is Petunia and Uncle Dursley there have to actually go through like this whole secret process. They have to like not let other people know, and they have to have it like surgically removed.
I would have loved to seen that scene.
Right?
Like them.
There's actually a scene in Orphan Black where people are purposely being like body modifications like that, like having things done. And there is a thing with a tail where like somebody was born with like, that happens sometimes. Like the tailbone actually like grows out or something.
Yeah.
And for the whole time I was watching it, that's all I thought about was Dursley getting, why didn't Dumbledore go back and be like, sorry, we shouldn't have done that.
I love this theme too, by the way.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter theme. That's just
one of the great things that they've done, Miranda, I don't know if they've brought it to Europe yet, was that they play the movies and like an orchestra plays the music.
Yes, we actually have that.
I'd go.
Yeah, I've been to every one so far. I'm actually going for my birthday, the 15th. It actually falls on my birthday here in Nashville. They're gonna have Half-Blood Prince, so I'll be able to see that and just like the kid in the candy store.
There's actually a group. I'm so glad I got the pleasure to see them when I did. They're called Lords of Sound, and they're actually a group from the Ukraine. And we went to, when they came through Slovakia, they did an amazing night where they did music from Witcher, Harry Potter, Mandalorian, and it was just like giant nerd orchestra night. I have some of it that I was able to record on my phone because they didn't really care that you did that. And they are beyond phenomenal. They even did a song from Fifth Element. I highly encourage everyone to go look them up. And regardless of your opinions on current political affairs that I will keep out of things, like I encourage you to go follow them and support them because they are absolutely phenomenal. Like they even do like the costumes and it was just wonderful. And
that sounds like a lot of fun.
We had hoped to see them again because they have like a night that's just, they have a different because they have different traveling groups, and they had one that was like just Harry Potter, and then they had another one that was like they do a special Christmas one. They did a special, I forget which artist they were doing, but they were like honoring a certain artist, and they did all of his works. They're just really phenomenal group. Like, highly glad I got to see that.
What a coup it was for them to get the rights to this films and then Universal to get the rights to the theme park. Yeah, so tremendous.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he's going to do it. He's not going to do it anymore because he's like 90 now, like John Williams. But like he used to do those like Night with John Williams, and he would play like all the themes that he's known for. So that's just awesome. All right. Well, there's no post-credit scenes on the Harry Potters, so much to do. But is there anything you guys want to promote before we call it a day here?
Just check me out on Twitter at Scott_Shifflett. It's been a great time doing this for our first trek through the Harry Potter series, guys. Can't wait to come back next month with Chamber of Secrets. And thanks for having us, Stream Lounge.
Yeah, we won't have technical difficulties next time.
Sorry.
Well, it's not you. It was my fault this time for once.
Well, I had technical difficulties, but I had them before we started, so no one even knew. But I'm trying to keep it better.
Yes, it was really Mark.
Wait for you.
It was really Mark. Just like let me mess with Andy's, login so that he don't have. They can't start till I get there because I'm running late. Like he probably has the app on his phone. Like,
oh, it's Miranda and Andy.
Oh, yeah, he's like. I asked him to send me some laughing tears. He ain't sent them yet. So.
We're trying.
He's laughing. No, I have anything that I did as a pod that is now available on Stream Lounge. I send them the audio so they can chocolate and peanut butter that sucker and make some Reese's Cup, streams.
Oh, I'm on a couple of those.
You are on a couple. Scott's on a couple too. Mm-hmm. Trying to get Scott to come on and do Superbad for crying out loud.
Yes, we will be doing that shortly.
I just did Billy Madison with Andrew Reich. That was a fun one.
Can't wait to.
Andy refuses to do my absolute favorite.
Which one's that?
What is one of my all-time favorite comedy British movies that you're like?
Oh, yeah. No. You could record it with somebody.
By myself?
No, with somebody else, and we could release as a special laugh in theater. Folks. Maybe I did it. Maybe I just came to Monty Python too late in life.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I found it very young.
Just for me, I was kind of like, it's like that in Dr. Strangelove. I was like, I love Peter Sellers, and I was like, it's just okay.
Holy Grail. It's Monty Python in Search of the Holy Grail is on my list of all-time favorite movies.
Well, we're supposed to do The Wedding Singer, though.
We are supposed to do The Wedding Singer. I do love The Wedding Singer. So
maybe we'll do that soon. Miranda and I do a lot together, so it's hard to we're trying to stay on like a Muppet schedule. We have the Disney one with
and then we get a new idea and we're like, oh yeah.
Yes, I know my cartoon pod I want to do. And now we're gonna have this daily pod blast series that we have to get off the ground. That is going to be Holy Grail's on Netflix, Miranda.
Yes.
There you go.
It's on Netflix.
I'm just saying, every day on the PlayStation Pop Experience, starting in May, is going to be a daily pod blast, which is a live watch of a music video. That's it. That's all it is. It's fairly simple. It's going to be, I think we're calling it PTV, the Pop's video jukebox song of the day or something like that. But it's a very simple thing, a little thing to get your day going. Hear one of us talk about a video, whether we like it, we love it, or we just have things to say about it. So, yeah. And plus we have the Disney pod. We're actually we don't have as much in the can. We only have the next 2 months in the can, so we got to get recording. So Beauty and the Beast is coming out very soon, and then Aladdin, and then we have Lion King after that. So we're looking. Yes, we've recorded Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin, so
we did.
Those were fun, and we're looking forward to recording the Lion King. I would like to do these on here. I might do them solo because to have Miranda do it at 2 or 3 in the morning, her time is It's a favor I can only call in every so once in a while.
I managed. I think Mark was here for that.
Yes.
I feel like I did pretty well.
Yes.
For 2:30 in the morning.
But I might start doing the Disney films on the alternate week from the MCU.
Maybe
movies.
we can take turns.
We could.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, she did. Miranda always rocks it. So, well, that was fun. I had a really good time, though. This was cool. Yeah. Yeah, I as you guys can tell, though, I love Harry Potter, not nearly as much as Miranda and Scott do. So they're really the experts here. Like I said, I can't remember the books at all. All I remember is thanking God that they kept Spew out of the movies. I thought did not like that storyline. I thought it was a little much. Which Spew isn't until like the fourth book?
It's from the fourth one.
Yeah. But yeah.
I liked it, but that's a whole nother issue.
No accounting for taste. So anyway, yeah, check us out.
Hurt my feelings.
I know. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. We will, like I said, we're going to do this monthly.
Mm-hmm.
So, we don't know exactly which Sunday it will be each month, but as soon as we have it decided, I will schedule it. So it will appear under any of us will have them scheduled. So you can just look at what we're doing. We do have a Memorial Day weekend coming up, so we may do it the weekend before, weekend after. And sometimes it might turn out we just might do 2 in a month, just because the way the schedule works out.
The way it falls, it might happen.
We're not in as bad as 3 time zones as we are for the Disney pod, but we are in 3 time zones nonetheless. If Miranda was stateside, her and Scott would be in the same time zone.
Yeah,
actually, because Miranda's from the Central.
I am in Central European time zone.
Okay, cool. Well, nice. It's time for Miranda to go to bed. It's time for me to walk my dog and get dinner. And it's time for Scott to do whatever.
Yeah, I gotta take my dog out as well.
All right. Well,
it's 12:30, so I have to wash my face and go to bed.
Mm-hmm. All right. So thank you to everybody who came in here.
Yes,
Kraken, Movie Geek, Gina, Mark, you guys are awesome. Always coming by to hang out with us. Really appreciate it. We'll get on here.
Wonderful conversations with you guys. Thanks for engaging.
Yes, thank you so much.
Paul, thank you as much as always. And yeah, apologies for the technical difficulties, but now anything on the HBO Max will have no problems for me. So.
Yep, we'll be good now.
Yep. All right.
Yep. Have a good
night.
Right,
thanks, guys.